Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man who can solemnly swear he's up to no good, the one and only Genomania. There he is.
Am I unmuted? I'm unmuted. Yay, yay. Genomania, that's the whole name. Wow, I'm loving it. Oh, hello there. Good morning, one and all, and welcome to, yes, episode 3 of Genomania, the kind of the show where basically anything can happen. Streaming to you live through to the Academy of Illusions page on Facebook. So that means that we've got a muggle-friendly show for you today. So there's all sorts of things going on. So, Jay, are you there?
I am here. Yes, indeed. And I am so stoked to see you again, my friend. And you gave me a quick rundown ahead of time. Oh, this sounds like another amazing show.
Well, yeah, we've got a few bits and bobs. Before we sort of dive into things, I want to take this opportunity to say, wow, Deville Magic, we've cracked in the first 2 weeks of being open. We're over 100 registered customers now, which is absolutely, wow, unbelievable. So this is really, really cool.
Happy dance. Happy dance time.
Indeed.
Happy dance.
It is. Go for it. Do the Hawaiian thing. You've got the shirt on.
See, I got
today.
my cool Geno costume. Woo woo. Shake
It's
shake
working.
it.
I feel underdressed. To say thank you to everybody in the world who have already come in and say, everyone in the world, everyone in the magic world, I should say. What I've done is I had a chat with one of our superstar creators, the groovy Singapore megastar, Jeremy Pay, because Jeremy has come up with a great tutorial. Now, I will say this. These tutorials you can find on YouTube for free, which, great, no worries. And that is a tutorial on how to put a cube into a jar, put a Rubik's Cube into a jar. Now, within Magic at the moment, this is Cube Magic is huge, and one of the latest reincarnations of Cube Magic is putting a cube in a jar. Now, you've got Kieran Johnson, UK friend of mine, he's got his Isolated, which is a signed cube in the jar. You've now got Henry Harris out of Hong Kong with his cube in a jar. So there's all these different incarnations, and it's wacky because it's almost like Sean Begonia's Dancing Silk. The great ending to that is the silk in the bottle. And it's a fabulous ending to a flying dancing silk routine. Well, of course, a cube in a jar is a great ending to a cube magic routine because it's, I mean, okay, it doesn't make any sense because you've got a cube and suddenly it's in a jar in the middle of a show. It's not exactly organic, but cube to impossible location. I mean, how does it go in the jar? It's wonderful. Well, the problem in my mind and also in Jeremy's mind, because Jeremy does a lot of cube magic, the problem with this is that it's a beautiful giveaway at the end of a routine. If you're doing it in a parlor routine and you're going to do a cubics routine and suddenly it ends up in the jar at the end and you want to give it away, wow, what an awesome bit of business. It's a lovely giveaway. However, it's damn expensive every time. So to buy these cubes in the jars as a giveaway at the end, you need what's called, I'm going to use the fingers, the refill pack. And that refill pack costs quite a lot of money. I believe, I'm not mentioning other names here or anything, but I believe one of the refill packs reels are like $150 for 3 of them. And this is just the giveaway. So what Jeremy has very, very kindly made is a very detailed instruction tutorial on how to put a cube in a jar. Now, this is not a magic routine in any way. This literally shows you how to put a cube in a jar. Takes a little bit of work, yes, of course, but it's a great additive because now you can go out through eBay, buy your own jars, buy your cubes, and probably the whole thing will cost you $10, and then you spend the time, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, putting your cube in a jar, then you're making these giveaways yourself way, way, way cheaper. Well, Jeremy very kindly offered to put that video as one of the downloads in our freebie section. And wow, people out there in Magic World, you're raping us. So many, since I put a message up on Facebook yesterday, so many people are coming in. And all I can say is, we hope you enjoy it. Yay! My cell phone's going ping, 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 ping. New order, new order, new order. It's something you guys want, absolutely. So, yeah, so enjoy it, enjoy it. And that's our little gift this week for you over at Deville Magic for saying thank you so, so, so much for all the support you're giving us. So what's going on with...
All good. Well done.
Yeah. So what's going on with you, Jay? What have you got to tell us about before we move into something else?
Oh, my goodness. It's been a full-on week. No questions. Like, you know, between, obviously, the private trainings have been really good. Got a handful of real positive, very, very promising students. The Zoom storming is definitely a hit. We are starting this. We decided to go with 4 more of the Zoom storming sessions for next month. So 5 through 8 are about to go up. And we kicked off the new series, which is Illuminations, on the solstice, or rather equinox full moon a few days ago. And so that was with Romany, Roger, and Eva. So 3 of the professors joined me for a very insightful talk on really the mindset of magic. This is kind of where the road less traveled in terms of understanding this basic psychological mindset of performing and life and peak performance. So that went really well. And then we got the big gala coming up this weekend. So it's like, no rest for the wicked here.
Ooh, now that's going to be awesome. I tell you, I am really looking forward to the gala now because I'm not in this one. So I'm going to be sitting back in my soft chair and I'm going to be watching this one because I'm really looking forward to that. Because some of the people that are on this gala, some people watching us now, they might not know because these are the new breed or some of the up and coming new breed. And am I right in saying that one of them is a new FISM contender, I believe? Yeah.
Yeah, well, now Ron Chow has been involved with magic for many years, and I've known him. He lives up in Vancouver. And I've traveled up there a number of times over the years, lectures and shows. Every time, you know, you get to Seattle, might as well go north of the border. But he's just continued to develop his act. And he came to me about 3 months ago with this goal. Said, all right, I want you to be sort of my champion coach here to do the final guiding down to the FISM competition next weekend. He's coming right up. And it was already a really strong act. So it was this really nice idea to say, all right, we're going to take a good act, and now we're going to turn it into an absolute FISM contender. So fine detail, the smallest nuances, the character, he's like, don't turn your, find the exact pose when you look at the camera, all of that. It's a really an extraordinary act. Medal or not, he has put together an exceptional act, and he's done the work. I always say, you don't get there unless you do the work.
Oh, absolutely. And what's really awesome to see, because nowadays, of course, because we're living in a time of social media, YouTube videos and everything else, so many new people entering magic. Obviously, he's not new, but so many people entering magic nowadays are just believing that everything can be coming from YouTube videos and YouTube tutorials. Well, let's be honest about things. If you want to be a runner in the Olympics, then you don't just go and ask some guy down the road you see jogging down the road to come and be your coach. You go and find a professional coach, or a possible, excuse the fingers again, a previous Olympiad. Well, there you are. He's come to you. I want to go for FISM, the World Championships of Magic. Who could be my mentor? Oh, how about an ex-FISM winner, a former FISM winner? Of course, it's the right mindset, which is absolutely brilliant. So anyway,
that's my thinking as well. So thank you. And Rod's great. We've got Austin Moody, who's been I've been mentoring him for over a year. He's a hot new thing. Talk about an unknown coming out, blasting out at full speed. Ethan Sutton is this insanely talented kid that just watch this space. Something tells me by the beginning of the year, you'll have a handful of his new digital downloads for the shop.
I can't wait. I can't wait. It's so awesome. Now that actually brings us to the next point. Before we're going to move to the other studio for some wacky stuff, I've got a little thing. Well, you actually already know about it, Jay, but I've got a little thing to announce. Now we're only doing a very a teaser. I'm just going to tease you now. Look at tease. We over at Deville Magic have decided something that really bugs me. Throughout last year, the whole world is in the wacky time of the pandemic. So everybody's starting to make social media videos and just videos in general, because you're stuck at home and you've got cameras. Well, this is not going to go away anytime soon. Nowadays, we are living on a video medium. However, what I've noticed is there are two types of videos that seem to be coming out in the mainstream. There are the off-the-shelf, bought trick videos, as in it's the same old thing since the test of time. A magician buys a routine, they watch the presentation or they read the presentation, and then they literally parrot that routine. They clone it, they do it the same way it's been done. Invisible deck was one of the most classics of that. You read the instructions of how to do the invisible deck and then you did it that way. Well, that doesn't push magic further at all. All that does is just making another magician doing the same old thing. Then, of course, you've got the other box, which is people actually sitting down thinking about original magic. This is what pushes our art forward. So over at Deville Magic, we've decided to run a competition. I'm only just going to tease this now because actually at the moment we're still ironing out all the details. But basically it's going to be a video submission competition. It will be completely free to enter. The requirements of this competition will be something like, again, don't hold me to this because it's still all the details at the moment, but it's going to be something like about a 2.5-minute routine. And the main criteria will be, give us something new. Give us something original. If you want to use standard magic props, such as cards, coins, silks, ropes, whatever, no problem. But just make it something that's yours. Don't just literally take a 2-minute section of the Richard Saunders fiber optics routine, but wearing a red hat. Give us something special. Now, the winner of this will get something very special back. Now, let me tell you, the judges, we're going to have 4 judges in this competition, and these judges are coming from different areas. Judge number 1 is on our screen right now, the very wonderful J. Scott Berry, former FISM winner and true grandmaster of our art. Jay has very kindly agreed to be one of the judges. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I know. I said, so you couldn't find anyone else then? Is that what you're saying?
No,
so
no.
Reading the subtext here.
Yeah. I lost my phone. I lost my Rolodex. You're the only person's phone I had. No, don't be silly. Okay, we'll go down the humble route. So Jay will be one of our judges. Now, Jay, Grandmaster Magician, former FISM winner. Another one of our judges who you may know the name or you may not know the name. If you're involved in the magic world, you probably will. We are so lucky to have the very groovy Mr. Albert Tam out of Hong Kong. Now, Albert is one of our old-time friends. Albert has been in magic for more years than I think more years than I've been alive, and I'm not young anymore. But Albert is a registered FISM judge. He is on the panel of every FISM. He is an authorized FISM judge. There's not much that Albert doesn't know about our art, but at the same time, Albert is super smart, as in he constantly learns. So I've begged a favor from him because he's a very busy chappy, but he will also be one of our judges. Judge number 3 is going to be the People's Choice Award, because we want these videos, we want you to be seen. So these video entries can be shared out everywhere else, and you can have your clicks, your likes, your thumbs up, whatever to that. However, taking the leaf out of certain magic competitions that have been online in the most recent years, the score from the People's Choice will only count to 10% of your final choice. We are not wanting somebody to go out who's got hundreds of thousands of followers and get their followers to go click, 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 click. And so you've got a video entry that's got 1 million likes and the next one down's only got 500 likes. We're not going to play that game. So it's going to be very, very fair. And our 4th superstar judge is yet to be announced. I know who I want, but I'm asking at the moment. But it's going to be something very diversified. So, with all of that said, the prizes for this competition is going to be something really special. We're going to give you, again, we're ironing out the details at the moment. I'm hoping there is going to be some hours mentoring with one of our superstar judges. There is going to be free products from Deville Magic. And when I say free, there's going to be a lot of free products. There's going to be year discounts over at Deville Magic. There's going to be all sorts of stuff. And unlike some other video magic competitions there's been lately, this is going to be completely free to enter. So there is no ulterior motives here. We're not trying to collect money and then give money back. It's going to be us giving to you, with you giving something creative to us to see. The winner will be included in, if you want, will be included as a part of our creators over at Deville Magic. So your products can be listed. So it's all really, really exciting, and I'm really, really, really happy about that. So leaving that off, I'm going to just leave you with a taste of something that was totally original. This was one of my social media videos from last year. It's completely unique. It's completely unique method. And, well, it's got over 5 million views on social media, so people seem to like it. So this is something I call beads. And there you go. The crowd goes wild for me.
Woo,
Yay!
woo, 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 woo. Excellent. I like it.
Yes, I thank you. Something simple. Well, again, this is what I'm trying to highlight with this competition. That's unique. There's no one else in the world has done that. That was mine. I had an idea in my sofa. I sat down. I created how to do it. I made it. I did it. I practiced it, and then I filmed it. And that's it. And that's what we want to see in the competition. We want to see people's creativity. You know, it's just so easy in the magic world just to go to a magic store, you buy something, you get a new download or whatever, and then you do it the same way that the creator is doing it. That doesn't push magic forward in any way, really. So let's get those creative juices flowing.
Outstanding. Great idea, Gino. I love it. Well, we can certainly start spreading the word on this. We'll get the details sorted. But yes, Gino and I are basically fine-tuning the official Deville Magic competition.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, I'm really excited about it actually because see, last year in the Cyber Magic Superstars, which I was one of the winners, it was a great competition. Unfortunately, it ended with a little bit of sort of black clouds over the umbrella, if you will. No need to go into details there. But the basis of the competition was a fabulous idea. And so, I'm really hoping that now we're in a position where basically we've got a position of something of worth to offer. And, let's get the magic fraternity rolling and coming up with something cool. So anyway, yeah.
Let me give a quick shout out. Let me pause for 1 second. We've got a handful of people on the Facebook page. We got Froylan Chavez, Joel Spence, our wolf wizard from the Academy, Spike Nordstrom. So a couple of people, a handful more watching over there. So shout out to everyone watching on the Academy of Illusions page.
Yes, indeed. And I've got to say, Spike, dude. You and me are in the same box. Now, I don't know if Spike Nordstrom is your real name, but if it is, like me, I was born with the name Gino Deville, and it doesn't get much better for a magician than that. That is not a stage name. That was not a name that was created. That was my given birth name. How lucky am I? And if your name, Spike Nordstrom, wow, dude, awesome. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right. Okay. So moving on. First of all, I just want to talk one more quick thing about Deville Magic before we move on to something a little bit special. The quiz. Wow. I only made one quiz at the moment, and it's proving really difficult. So I have upped the percentage, the discount percentage again. Right now, if you can get full marks 100% within 5 minutes on the magic quiz over at Deville Magic, you can get 20% off any purchase you make until the end of well, actually it's the moment, it's September, but I think I'm gonna push it through to the end of October. So I'm going to push it. I'm going to up it even more probably next week because no one seems to be able to do it. It's the closest we've got is 80%. So have a go.
Amazing. I have not had a chance to take a look, but every time you talk about it piques my interest. I'm thinking, because do you think, I got to try that? I could do it.
Well, yeah, I tell you, I mean, of course, I know my magic. But there's a lot of others out there. A lot of us, we know our magic, and I'm surprising that some people are just falling over a couple of hurdles on it. And I will say this: if you do it, log in first to the system, because then my system will recognize exactly who you are, and if you do it, we can give you public shout outs afterwards, because the only way that I will know it was you is afterwards when you come in using the code for the discounts. So log in first and have a go.
Outstanding.
Right, so before we move on, Jay, oh, okay, you've gone. Did you have anything more you wanted to say before we move on to the next thing?
Look, I feel like this just as with you do, just we're off to, like, with all the momentum of a freight train, lots of positive from all around. The Magic E-zine article, we got another one of those going up. I'll write that up this afternoon. We've set the first date we actually have the official date for the Mystic Cabaret. October 15th, Monsieur Arthur Tivoli will be the MC for the Mystic Cabaret. So we're really excited about that. We're hoping we can reel you in on this one, but I know you're off to do a bunch of actual shows over the next few weeks. But just one at a time, getting these programs up and going and getting them out to the world.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, it's such an exciting time at the moment because, you know, we're trying to break down new barriers, we're trying to push new things, and we're trying new ideas. And at the end of the day, in anything, it doesn't matter whether it's magic or life, you know, you come up with new ideas, you give them a try. And I have to say, this is one of the reasons that I ended up leaving England, because in England, English people are very much more reserved than other countries, and you have ideas in the UK and people try and squash them. You know, oh no, that'll never work, just go off and do your normal job, sort of thing. Well, that's not how I'm made. You know, I want to try new stuff like you know, let's go for it. If it fails, fine, but it's on my shoulders if it fails, but I tried.
Well, that's it. You know, it's like we can learn nothing unless we proceed from the known to the unknown. See, there you go, my Claude Bernard quote. But I just flat out say, look, everything was impossible till someone did it. Simple as that. You know.
Of course. Yeah, of course. You know. Right. So I'm going to move on because I want to have some fun. I want to have some fun. Now, I'll say this. Back in the 90s, when I really had my first taste within the magic world, that was my time I was releasing my first set of products. I was writing books. Then I realized that I was more happy on theatre stages to lay people than working within the magic world. So I kind of disappeared for about 20 years. One of my specialties is I won't say an expert because that's such a pedantic name, but I'm a sort of a bit of an expert on the con game, the charlatan game, the proposition bets, prop bets, and what have you. That was my thing. It was kind of like where I come from in East London. You know, we're a bit of a dodgy bunch. So what I thought would be really, really cool is I'm going to give you 3 prop bets. And you may have seen them, you may not have seen them. So what I'm going to do is head over to the Bunko studio. Alrighty then, so here we are. We're over in the Bunko studio now, and everything's fine. So, I'm going to give you 3 interesting prop bets. These are the kind of things, prop bets means proposition bets. Everyone in the world must have seen 1 or 2 at some time. It's the sort of thing where you challenge your friends down the pub for a drink. That's how they're used in sort of like modern day society. They all come from con games where the con man, the hustler would say, hey man, I can bet you such and such that I can do this. And it usually is something that sounds totally impossible, totally improbable, but they end up doing it and you end up losing the money. Well, there's hundreds of this kind of stuff, and there's also ones that are fun. So I'm going to give you 3 of them now that you can go out and you can do on your friends. Now, one of them, I will say, one of them is really based for the UK. So if you're not familiar with the UK so much, this one won't make too much sense for you, but it is ever so fun. And if you are from the UK, you can enjoy it. So here's the prop bet. You enter the bar and you have a glass. Now, this glass is empty now because I'm on my close-up mat here and I don't want to spill any liquid on it. But this would be in a bar where you would have a pint of beer, or your victim would have a pint of beer. And the prop bet is this. This one is not so much for winning a drink, but it's a bit of fun. Okay, so my friend, here we go. I bet you I bet you a pint, I bet you a drink that you can't make 4 cities with 4 coins. Now, the person will turn around straight away and say, what? Because it sounds bizarre. 4 cities with 4 coins. Well, it just sounds, I have no idea what you're even talking about. So you say, okay, so you give up. Trust me, they give up straight away. 4 cities with 4 coins. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I want to see it. Okay, so you bet me a beer I can make 4 cities with 4 coins? Yes. Okay, here we go. 4 cities with 4 coins. Dublin. Altrincham. Oldham. Bath. So, there it is. Now, it's just mentally silly. It's mentally wacky. If you still don't get it, that's 4 cities in the United Kingdom. So, okay, over in Ireland, of course, you have Dublin. So what you're doing is doubling the coins, Dublin. The second is a city in Manchester, which is actually called Altrincham. So what you are doing is altering them, Altrincham. The third one, of course, is a city in North England called Oldham. You are holding them, Oldham. And the fourth one, of course, you drop the coins into their pint of beer and the coins are having a bath. And what will happen at the end of this, you will then get a big laugh and they will buy you a drink because then they've got something that they will go away to their friends. So there it is. That is 4 cities with 4 coins. Again.
I can't say I saw any of that coming. That was good.
Yes, no, it's a totally wacky one. Here's another wacky one.
I love it.
Okay, so the second one I'm going to show you, again, now this is, how do I say, this is just mean and perverse. The person you do it on ends up in physical pain, I will say now. So you have to be very careful on who you do this on. Trust me, though, this is huge, big laughs. Huge laughs. Now, this is not really one for winning a drink or anything, but this is one of those fun bar gags. Okay, so all you need for this one are 2 opened bottle caps. Make sure that they're not bent, like when you open beer bottle caps. They're not bent, they're just flat. Okay, at some point during the evening, you turn over. Usually it's good to go for the loudmouth person of the group. You know, the guy that's the good laugh and everything else. The one everyone's going to have a laugh at their expense, but it's not going to be mean. Also, make damn sure that the person is not going to punch you at the end of this. So you've got to judge your audience a little bit on this one. But here you go. So this is it. All you've got to do is this. You say, right, I'm going to show you something. This is something in, you know I'm a magician, but this is called dexterity. So I want you to see if you can do this too. Take 2 bottle caps, place them on the table, take your middle finger, put them together, take your middle finger and push. Oh, it's so difficult. It really is difficult. You push and then you pick up. And now, can you do that? That's all you have to do. Now, so where's the rub, where's the gag? They come along and do it. As they pick it up like so, you just grab their hands, squeeze together and say, well done. And then watch them wither with pain. It's evil, it's horrible, it leaves marks in their fingers. They'll be crying like a baby, but everyone else is now dying with laughter and you are the life and soul of the party.
Signature piece by Gino. Evil.
Indeed.
Perfectly evil.
It's incredibly evil. Right, I'm moving back to the main studio. Here I come. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this. I'm like a horse. Right, for the third one that I'm going to give you today, this last one is a true prop bet of where you can actually win drinks or money if you really want to go down that route. This is a prop bet that very, very few people know. So come closer, because I'm going to share something with you now that's a little bit special. So imagine the scene. You're in the pub, you're in the bar, you're in the cocktail lounge with the lads or a group of lads. You've all been there, you've been drinking for a while. So people are getting a little bit merry, they're getting a little bit, you know, a little bit buzzed, as it were. You bring up the conversation and you turn to you look at the fittest one, and it's something on the lines of, wow, mate, you know, so, you know, what do you do for, you know, what do you do for sports? You're looking pretty fit, mate, you know. Yeah, well, you know, I work out, I do this and that, the other. Say, well, you know, how fit do you think I am, you know? Well, it doesn't matter at all. You know, he says, I'll tell you what, how many press-ups, how many push-ups? I mean, we're talking proper push-ups. How many push-ups could you do right now, right here on the floor, in the bar? Well, 99.9% of people might turn around and say, I don't know, maybe 20, 25, something on those regions. So you turn around and says, I tell you what, mate, I bet you a pint right here, right now, that I can go down on that floor right now and do something like, I don't know, between 200 and 300 push-ups right now. No way, mate. Look at you. You're fat. You've been drinking all night. Not a chance. No, straight up, on the floor right now, proper push-ups between, say, 200 and 300. Don't know exactly when, because I don't know when I'm going to get tired. You have a bet? Boom. Handshake. That bet is now locked in. Here's the rub. Push the people apart. Get down. You do 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And anyone, even how out of shape you are, you can do 3. How does it work? It's a play on words. I said I will do between 200 and 300. Between 2 and 300. I did 3. There it is. And I will enjoy the drink. Thank you very much.
Between 2 and 300.
Yeah.
All right, that's
there
a good one. That's easy to remember too.
Oh yes, yeah. So there you are. There's 3 fun little bar stunts for you, and so Jay. While I'm going to let my throat rest for 1 second. What else is going on?
Well, boy, the countdown to the gala show is the big thing at the moment. I spent about as soon as this is up, I'm gonna drop the promo video, which took well over 10 hours of work. Each time I put together, sort of sit in the video studio and music studio and put it all together. I got to raise the bar, as we always do. So that was finished rendering just a few minutes before we started this. So keep your eyes out for that. Have a good look at it. There was a massive amount, no templates. I'm not using any. It's all from scratch. I'm creating every bit of all of this stuff. That to me is part of the magic. It's this visual, I say, eye candy, ear candy for the gala show. And that's going up at, I think, 9 p.m. UK time on Sunday, so September 26th. Lots of great stars in that, as we've talked about. That's the main countdown. I mean, I've been busy doing Zoom shows this week, so that's also I keep shifting my studio over from, the live webcasting to, hold on, I got to actually bring all my props in. And, 90-minute, I did 2 90-minute and 1 2-hour Zoom show. They went really well. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's like everything. You say, you do it. I remember a year ago, I was like, had my tripod and my mobile phone, and that was the Zoom show. I was like, and I just tried to do it. And now you've got all this stuff, and you say, whoa, we're flying down the wormhole.
Yeah. I mean, well, this is the thing, isn't it? I mean, this really comes down to of using the technology you've got now to bring the stuff. I mean, there's no difference that if we were on stage using lighting, good sound, good costumes, special effects on stage, it's the same thing, but just a different medium,
Well, that was it. I mean, I came to it was at least 6 or 8 months ago. I finally just realized, hold on, you get an opportunity to produce your own JSB magical TV show.
Yeah.
As simple as that. It's our own,
very much.
just like you say, it's just like being a stage producer of your own show. And then I started to think, if it's a family show, which a lot of them are family shows, you go, hold on. I think back of the great kids TV shows I grew up with and all the different elements. And you say, oh, how about if I make a real magical, unique one? And it's very exciting. It's very lots of great accomplishment, and of course it pays the bills. So it's all up. It's show and business, and it's seizing this opportunity, this golden age of what we're doing here. So absolutely, I'm stoked.
This is the thing. It's so much. The thing is as well. Yes, of course, we're putting our creativity into this new type of mediums and everything else. But at the same time, it's so much fun. It's so exciting. It really is so exciting to do. You can't help but be enthused by it all. It's great.
Well, I can't help be enthused. To me, that's what's great about you and I are like enthusiasm off the scale. We're just like, damn right.
Yeah. No, it's
enough with the old
true.
dogs and new tricks things, man. We're showing the young dogs how it's done.
This is true. Now, talking about showing how it's done, I've got something. There's such a terrible lead into this next bit now.
Woo.
Okay. I've got a trick that I want to show for you, Jay, but I need you to come back to the stage. Come back. You get off the stage.
One second.
Again.
Just quickly checking yeah, we got a couple more shout outs here.
Go for it.
Go. No, that was a perfect chance. Spike, of course, has come back. Quote from Paint Your Wagon. Gino, you're a maniac. I was born under a wandering star. Great story behind that song. For me, a personal, my great-grandfather used to sing that song to me when I was like on his knees.
I don't know the song.
Yeah,
which is the song?
Great long story with that. James Jones is there. Dude, shout out to James for watching and joining us here. So,
hi, James.
Okay, so I am back on the stage with you, my friend.
Okay, right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something amazingly. There's no transition here, so it's going to be awesome. I'm going to go from the Deville Magic library, here I am, back to the close-up mat, and I've got a trick that I'm going to show you, Jay. And so here we go. Close-up cam, go, bosh. Zoom.
Look at that.
Oh, excuse me, look at that. I'm wearing shorts. Awesome.
Too much information.
Awesome. No, shorts. It's just shorts. Right, now, Jay, let's move into it. It's okay.
That's what they all say.
They just said I was a maniac. That's fine. Now, look, here we go. We're going to do something all about choices, Jay. It's all about choices. What I've got 4 red cards and 4 blue cards. Before we do the trick, we're going to mix them together. But the choices will be yours. So, Jay, I'm going to ask you, would you like a red card or a blue card?
Blue card.
Blue card. So there's a blue, so there's a red. Now, I'm going to ask you again, would you like a red card or a blue card?
Red card.
But we're going to take it up a level. Would you like 1 card or 2 cards?
I'll take 2 reds.
Okay, so there's 1 and there's 1. Okay, or 2, I should say. Finally, red card or blue card?
Blue.
Blue. Okay, so there we are. So what we've ended up with straight away, before we've even started the trick, is a complete randomed mess of cards only chose by you. There was no influence from me in any way. So here we go. We start the trick. I'm going to lay down the top 2 cards. We've got a red card and a blue card here. Now, for you, Jay, would you like the blue card or the red card? Don't let me influence you in any way. Not at all. Nice
the red
coloured
one,
shirt
please.
you're wearing there. Which one would you like, red or blue?
I'll take
Seriously.
the red. A red.
You'd like the red one, okay? You don't want to change your mind. It's your choice.
That was good. It was the reverse psychology you played on me.
All right, not a problem, not a problem. Do not let me influence you in any way. Right, for the next card, for you once again, would you like a red card or a blue one? You can have the red to start the set or the blue to offset. Doesn't matter. Your choice.
I'll take another red, please.
You want another red. I sense a pattern happening here. All right, now, so far, you've got 2 red cards chosen by you, non-influenced by me. I'm going to lay down 2 more. Now you're going to choose a card for me. I have no choice in this at all. It's all on you. Give me a red card or a blue card.
A blue card.
Huh? A blue one.
Yep.
You don't want me to have the red one?
No.
Really? You want me to? Oh, okay. All right. I'll have the blue one then. All right. Are you sure? Okay. Next one. Red or blue for me? Choose for me.
Red.
Yeah, oh, okay. We're going to throw a... Oh, red, you said, yes? You said red, yes?
I said red.
Okay, red I'll have. It's okay. Don't let me influence this in any way whatsoever. So you've thrown a spanner in the works now. Okay, it's not a problem, not a problem. Back to you again. Oh, 2 blues. Which one would you like?
I'll take the one on your left.
Okay, the one on my left. This one over here,
Yep.
yes? Okay,
Yep,
not a problem.
one.
Here we go. That's for you. You're sure? You're sure? You don't want to change your mind?
I do not want, no.
Here we go. Back to me again. Red or blue?
Red.
Okay, red for me. All right, now, here we go. Leaving. 2 cards, both blue. So, right, here we go. What's going to happen is this. Quick as you like. Right or left?
Right.
Okay. There it is. Now, you've ended up with 2 blues and 2 reds. I've ended up with 2 blues and 2 reds. The choices, I'm sure we can all agree, have been absolutely based on you. I've not influenced you in any way, no way possible. However, this is a magic trick. We're all magicians here. Yay! So
Yay.
You know that in a trick like this, the magician always ends up with the good stuff and the spectator always ends up with the guff. So if I show you that I've actually got the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of hearts, it's not very good because you expect that. You know that's going to happen. So come on. But how would you feel? How would you feel if your 4 cards actually ended up saying the Academy of Illusions?
Wow.
Ooh.
Dude. Oh, man. Woo. Woo, 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 woo.
Yay! Now, okay. Quick profile view magic product plug there. Well, that was one of the amazing things you can do with the 864 project, available now from Deville Magic downloads.
Perfect. I love it. Well, that was some attention to detail to get the Academy of Illusions cards in there. Oh,
well,
excellent.
That's the thing. Nowadays, technology, you know, it's, it's all doable.
Okay.
Righty-ho.
I love that. Excellent. Let's see if there's any comments on that as we go through. I know there's a delay, right? We got the delay to Facebook. Well done.
Okay.
Very clever.
Yeah, it's all a bit of fun, isn't it? All a bit of fun. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
actually a lovely little packet trick. As I say, one of my personal downloads is using a very little known magic principle, and it's called the 864 project. So what's really nice about it is that it's very, very easy to customize for personal situations, such as this time I did it with the Academy of Illusions for you. Last Monday night, I did a private birthday party, and the husband had hired me as a surprise for his wife, whose name was Grace. And it ended up with, at the end, it was Happy Birthday, Grace, and then a picture in a heart of her and her husband from her husband's name, Elliot. And so it was very, very personal. You give it away at the end. The 4 cards give away at the end. They've got a lifetime remembrance of that party. And it's something really special. And it's very, very simple to do. So
I love that.
So, yeah.
Very clever. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Look, geez. Well,
So there you go.
snap that up, people. That was...
Alrighty. Well, okay. Well, I've got one more little thing up my sleeve today. So if you want, what other stuff's going on at the moment?
Look, say I'm in full countdown mode with the Academy. That's taken the majority of my attention, as well as the live shows, which is really how it should be. That's what we're sort of talking about, this sort of taking the best of both. And boy, very exciting. Looking at the different videos of the artists that we're featuring on the gala show this weekend.
Awesome. Oh, that's going to be, I can't wait. In fact, over here in China where I live, we've just had another little outbreak. I actually had some real shows this weekend, but they've now been cancelled. The following week, on the 29th, I will be heading off to a theme park called Happy Valley for their annual Magic Festival. I've kind of done it. This will be my 19th time at that festival now. I kind of clear that week every year, for that festival. It's such a wonderful festival. Normally when China is open, it's a time for me to meet new friends and kind of catch up with old friends, because usually there's about 30 or 40 international magicians that are booked to come over for it. And it's just, we have such a great week. Sadly, at the moment, it's still closed in China. So it's all myself and Chinese magician friends, which will be just as fun, you know. But I don't get to see old friends that I don't see very often. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be good fun. But before we wrap things up today, I'd like to add a new section in, which I will do on the Genomania show each time. A lot of people say, Gino, memoirs, you know, you've had so much of a crazy experience in this business we call show. You've got so many stories, which we all have, actually. I'm not unique there at all. But I thought I would share a little something that sticks in the back of my mind as one of those little showbiz anecdotes. You know, just the crazy things that have happened to me. So let's go to the reading room. And look at that, I've raced to another room in my palatial mansion, and I am now in my reading room for what I call a Gino Showbiz story. So very, very quickly. Now, here I am, 55 years old. I've been in this business many years. Back in the UK, where I'm from, every Christmas we have a thing called pantomime, Christmas pantomime. And it's a very traditional thing, and it runs through most theatres will have their Christmas panto. It's a great thing for families to come. There's a lot of traditional elements to panto, but they're all based around some form of nursery rhyme, whether it's be Aladdin, Cinderella, Puss in Boots, yada, yada, yada. Well, I was lucky enough to work with some of the biggest names in the UK in entertainment, and I worked on some of the biggest pantomimes, but not in the early days. I had to find my feet and tread those boards the first time like everybody else, so I needed the experience. Nobody is going to book you onto the London Palladium stage at a pantomime if you're not ready to do that pantomime. So I was touring with a superstar at the time who introduced me to one of the, one of the low-end pantomime producers. Now, I'm not going to mention names because the gentleman is sadly no longer with us. He's passed away. But he was known in the business for being Mr. Cheapity cheap. Yes, this guy, this guy would never get his wallet out for anything. He paid his artists okay on the day that he had to, but he was so cheap. So, for my first 2 years doing British pantomime, I was with this chap. And I'd heard stories, but I'd never experienced it for myself. So, let's just see if you can spot the grammatical errors of the cheapness of this pantomime producer. So my first year pantomime with him, I did Sleeping Beauty. Now, there is a prominent scene in Sleeping Beauty where the ugly queen walks onto the stage and she looks into a certain prop and says the iconic line. This was a touring pantomime, and we had the stage flats, my props, and the other people's costumes and everything else all in a van. There was no room left in a van for any more props. So instead of buying a bigger van, renting a bigger van, getting a second van or anything like that, he decided to drop a certain prop from the show and change the dialogue. So imagine, if you will, 1,000 people sitting in a theatre audience, the lights are down, the stage is lit. On comes the cackling queen, centre stage, looking out to the back row, and delivers the iconic line. Mirror, mirror, down the hall. They didn't have a mirror, so they didn't want to buy a huge, great, iconic prop mirror. There was no room in the van. So instead of having it on the stage, they changed the dialogue from mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, to mirror, mirror, down the hall, who's the fairest of them all? And the audience just went,
But it's a panto. The only place you could ever get away with that sort of thing is in a panto, because it's so twisted anyway.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now very quickly, while you're in, I will very quickly tell you this. Keep yourself there, because I want to see your face expression on this one. So that was year one. Year two, which was my second exposure to this gentleman, we were doing Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I'm sorry. So, Seven Dwarfs. Now, whatever PC term you want to call them, little people nowadays, dwarfs, performing dwarfs are very expensive, because they're an entity, and especially when you're doing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, so very expensive. So his budget would only lend to one little person. So he had one little person, he had one child from a local dance school, and by British law they had to change 3 times a week, so they could only be in 2 shows at a time. And he had 5 dwarves cut out of wood and painted, which he'd had years before, on a stage truck with wheels, like this. And each one was holding the hand next to them. So here's the thing. That iconic song starts up. Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. And the dwarf would walk on stage left, holding the child's hand. The child is now holding a piece of rope, pulling the stage truck, and they would all come, hi-ho, onto the stage. These 5 would be like that. They'd get centre stage. The dwarf turned to the kid, tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey, you come with me. You 5, wait there. And he would leave stage, right, leaving 5 on stage. That is the funniest thing. Every single night, the groans from the audience, and oh my God. But it opened my eyes to some of the fun of showbiz world. And there it is. That is the first of the Geno showbiz stories.
Outstanding. Well, thank you, Feinter, for regaling us with that tale and letting us see this amazing library you have in that country mansion of yours.
Yes, this is the reading room.
Oh my, so posh.
It really is. Ooh. Yes, well, that's kind of pretty much all I've got for you guys today.
Look, that took us perfect, right up to time. This is designed to be an hour show of sort of fun and entertaining, sometimes muggle-friendly, sometimes magician-only, but every time we know there's going to be something enjoyable, something inspiring, and you're keeping the pace. Well done, sir.
Well, thank you very much. And for you guys out there in the screen land, wherever you are in the world, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm hoping to be here next week, but of course, heading off to the festival, either next week I won't be here, or the following week after that I won't be able to be online, because I'll be in sort of a hotel in another city, so it makes it a little bit impossible. But then I'll be back after that. So.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much, Geno. It's been, as always, a great pleasure. I loved all the the new things. It's great. You're really like, yeah, expanding quickly. I love that very much. Just keeping with, as we say, just continue raising the bar. Keep having fun, doing your best under challenging circumstances. That's what we do best.
Absolutely. Indeed.
That's right.
And thanks so much for you, Jay, as always, for making this happen. Thanks to everybody that's coming through and experiencing Deville Magic. You guys are absolutely awesome. There's so much new stuff coming soon. Stay very, very tuned. Stay eyes peeled for the proper info coming on the video competition. Yeah, we're going to be opening a new section in Deville Magic for Academy members soon.
Ooh, and I understand there's a bunch of new digital downloads from that J. Scott Berry guy, right? He's coming up very soon.
Yes.
We're actually putting those on the front burner. So by the time you get back, we're looking to release the first one by October 15th. Well, we'll see, because we got the Mystic Cabaret Day. So we'll balance that in, and we're absolutely got half a dozen new digital downloads on the front burner.
That's awesome. Yeah, sorry, I've just had a little offset down from the Sennheiser bear. He sits here and he's been hearing about the new JSB downloads for a couple of weeks now. Can you give us any form of teaser on what sort of stuff is coming?
Oh. Well, there's four brand new routines that I've been performing in the lecture as well as in my live and Zoom shows. So I always figure it's best to give it a run. I think you got to run it, shake it down. And in this case, we have two opportunities with live shows as well as Zoom. So one is the brand new ring and wand routine. Which some have seen, but real cool stuff. Lots of sleight of hand, lots of original moves on that. The circularity, which is this, I've continued to create this. I don't even know how to describe this. Circularity, we'll just leave it at that. There is.
I love the name.
Yeah, Quintet. Well, Quintet is the new coin routine. Four coins and a wand. Again, pure sleight of hand, just pushing that peak performance prestidigitation always further. And of course, the magical ring and
hey, look at that. Spinny thing. Yeah.
Here we go. We got the magical ring. The magical ring. Yes, we have. Oh, indeed. In fact, I've got my brand new blue. Whoa, see. Hey,
look at that.
Color coordinated. We spare no expense. Just like this. 1, 2, 3. 2. Here we go like this. You go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Wow, cool.
Oh yeah. So this brand new routines using, again, like I often do, using classic moves, classic concepts, strengthen them, making them stronger. 1, 2, straight.
Wow.
Look at that. Pure. Okay, if they examine live, Zoom, same thing. So that is finally going to be put together as an entire.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, that's the grand finale of the what's this? Circularity. Yeah, ring and silk, minimalistic, very powerful, strong visual magic. So that's in the works. And there's a brand new routine. Another one I'm still keeping under wraps, but I'm working on a completely new one. Hasn't been seen anywhere. I teased it on the Zoom storming sessions last weekend, and just fine tuning it. I'm writing a piece of music for it. Really put it together properly. Hopefully, I'll premiere it on the gala this weekend.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Oh, thank Jay. From me and of course all the Magic world. Thanks so much for keeping that stuff from you coming, because it's just awesome. I mean, that silken ring. It's mental. I've seen it before. I even know you've shared with me, and it's truly real magic. It's gorgeous, mate. It's absolutely gorgeous. So. Yeah, cool. Alrighty, well, that's it from me. I'm going to go and have some fish. I'm going to eat fish today.
Eat fish.
Because
Good on you. We'll have wish you all a very safe travels. Lots of fun in the Happy Valley Magic Festival. Give us a shout out if you can. If you get a chance to sort of drop any videos from the performance stuff that you want to share, I'll be happy to put those up. And,
cool. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. You know.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, so from me, Gino, thank you so much for tuning in, world, and see you next time. And I'll see you later, Joe.
All right. Cheerio, mate. And so that's it. News and sports from Genomania. You see, we're just sort of getting these shows up and going and putting them out. If you have any comments, thoughts, suggestions, please feel free to let us know. We're creating this all in real time. It's all, we're making it up as we go along to some degree, but I thought that was a great idea, an anecdotal segment that we can continue to sort of add to personal stories and such to that. So I'm going to say, let's see, we got Enrico. Cheers to you. Thanks for joining us on this. And yeah, keep an eye on the page. Again, lots of things happening. I will drop the new promo video for the Excelsior Gala within half an hour or so, and then I'll jump right on the computer and start writing the news from the Academy for the Magic Easing. So no rest for the wicked, and none are more wicked than Gino Deville. So cheers, everyone. There we go. Ooh, here comes our cool music. Oh, yeah. So that's just the closeout here.